Trout fishing season is underway. Reporter Andy Bortz talks to one local fisherman and his son.
David Nicholson takes to the trails for an exciting edition of On the Road.
Then see what the Titan football team is doing to prepare for next year's season.
We're live.
We're local.
The County Line starts now. Good evening and welcome to the County Line. I'm Nikki Pizar.
And I'm Scott Lawrence. The leader of an interstate theft ring faces new charges in Mercer County. Bobby J. Mock of Youngstown is now linked to 5 cases involving break-ins and theft of money and goods in Hermitage. Mock is currently serving 10 years in Ohio for selling stolen televisions and motorcycles.
One local car dealership is helping out the Newcastle Police Department K-9 unit. King Chrysler in Newcastle will host a demonstration of the K-9 unit next Monday from 5 to 8 p.m. The dealership recently donated repairs and upgrades to the K-9 police cruisers.
Local hunters are just about ready for spring turkey hunting season. It starts this Saturday and runs through May 25th.
Hunters use the technique of turkey calling to fool the gobblers. Buddy Stang of Elwood City makes turkey calls for a living and owns his own company called Talk and Stick.
Stang says turkey calling is like learning another language.
Sure, the hen goes to the gobbler, but you're trying to fool Mother Nature and bring the gobbler to you. So that's a challenge, you know. We're speaking another language because you got to know what each of the sounds mean to the turkeys and how they react.
Many local fishermen have been waiting for months to hear that another trout season is underway. This year's trout season officially kicked off this past Saturday in Lawrence County. The County Line's Andy Bortz takes you on an adventure to Neshannock Creek, where fishermen of all ages tried for that first catch of the year.
The scene at Neshannock Creek remained somewhat empty. Now it consists of people bringing bait, boots, buddies, and yes, even a book.
I'm 42 and I've been doing it since I've probably been 10. And he's 18, so, and I've been taking him since he was probably 4.
For many fishers down the creek, it's about finding the right spot.
Nothing happening.
For others, it's about countless hours of patience. And for our father and son, it's about a little luck. And only 2 minutes. They've already got their first catch of the season, and while others stand waiting at the creek, or in the creek, Dad says it's time to make one for the memory books.
I'm going to get out my camera, so I'll take the picture and you can put it back.
Well, maybe next time. But at least they can leave with one other memory. They started a string of good luck for the other fishermen.
Roll, buddy. I do later.
No matter how large or small their catches were. Whether they come to catch all the trout they can or they come to stock the family photo album, there's nothing fishy about opening day for trout season. It's fun for everyone. Reporting from Neshannock Creek in Lawrence County, I'm Andy Bortz for the County Line.
You know, Scott, that looks like a lot of fun. I think we need to head out fishing.
I think we may have to try it. That is unless we plan on gliding. Silent Wing Soaring, located at the Grove City Airport, provides glider lessons and rides to the public.
County Line reporter Shayna Marty takes an in-depth look at this local glider facility.
Soaring 5,000 feet above the ground isn't your typical job, but for the gliding instructors of Silent Wing Soaring, it's just another day of work. The glider facility located in Grove City has been running since the year 2000. Workers do everything from instructing classes to providing glider rides to the public. Gliding instructor Steve Roll has always had a love for flying since his training in the Army. Now a captain with Continental Airlines, he'll take off in anything, whether it's a commercial airplane or just a glider.
I find it extremely interesting. I really enjoy instructing, enjoy teaching, and it's also a special pleasure in taking people up that have never done this before, and they uniformly have an excellent experience doing this.
Release hook. Good release, open hook, close hook.
A few of the workers are as young as age 15 and can already fly solo. 15-year-old Christopher Gregg has been working at Silent Wing Soaring for a year now, and he believes that gliding is one exciting experience.
It's just great, and just the thought of whenever you go up to be able to even get higher in the air without having an engine, just from the air pushing you up. It's just a great feeling and great thought.
For these employees, instructing classes and taking 30 flights a day is more than just a job, it's a passion. Reporting for the County Line, I'm Shayna Marty.
And if you want an up-close look at the facility, the Grove City Airport will hold its annual Oakley Kelly Day on Sunday, May 3rd. The event promises to provide plenty of entertainment, including Young Eagle rides and a flyby.
Up next, we'll show you an extreme sport that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Stay tuned for this week's On the Road.
Christina Rossetto talks to Joanne McBride about some activities you can do in Lawrence County as summer approaches.
Then see how local sports teams are doing in this week's segment of Titantown Sports.
Pennsylvanians are killed each year trespassing at mines and quarries. I'm Kathleen McGinty, Secretary of Environmental Protection. Riding old mine sites and diving in abandoned quarries may look like fun, but those joyrides are suicide missions, and that diving is about dying. Emergency responders risk their lives on dangerous search and rescue missions. Mines and quarries are not playgrounds. They can kill you. Stay out and stay alive.
Westminster fraternity and sorority members continue to battle one another in the campus's annual Greek Week. The week features competitions such as dodgeball, tug of war, and Greek Idol.
As a part of the tradition, last night you'll see on your screen, Sisters of Sigma Kappa held their annual Miss Titan competition. The pageant gave 11 Westminster males a chance to get in touch with their feminine sides while raising more than $500 for Alzheimer's research.
Greek Week wraps up this Saturday with the annual Sing and Swing dancing competition at 8 in Orr Auditorium. And this week, Westminster is celebrating Arbor Day by helping out the environment. Anyone looking to do their part is encouraged to plant a tree this Friday at the field station at 5 o'clock. Following the tree planting, participants are welcome to attend a bonfire hosted by the Sierra Student Coalition.
Volant will receive $1.46 million to construct a water treatment plant. The PA Infrastructure Investment Authority approved the financing this week. State Representative Michelle Brooks says the treatment plant will not only benefit current residents, but also allow the community to grow.
The Volant Mill Winery began its operations almost 4 years ago. The winery today is now a major local tourist attraction. County Line videographers Gary DeBaldo and Dave Nicholson talked with owner Greg Rhodes about his unique passion.
Try that apple. I started making wine as a 15-year-old kid in my high school principal's basement. That's 49 years this fall. If I live one more year, I'll have 50 years of this. Been a lot of fun. We have about 25 different kinds of wine on the board. Everything on that board I have grown except for cranberries. I strictly make the wine, pick the grapes, see to it the vineyards are done, crush them, press them, ferment them, see to it's ready to put in the bottle. Another one here on the board there that is called Edelweiss. It is the next one down from Wilmington White. That is a German Rhine wine that I am the only commercial grower of in this entire part of the United States. There's nobody else grows that wine this side of the state of Nebraska. Wow. The Amish Dutch girls do all my pruning, planting, and picking. They are very good workers. They get paid well. They look forward to it because they're making excellent money at it. And then we do everything else in the crunch. And the oldest son physically runs this. He's the one in charge of all this out here. He takes care of all this. My authority ends at those swinging doors. I strictly make the wine.
Interesting, because anytime in a family business you have disputes, and the real problem you have is getting away from the business and having a general discussion on anything else. Always makes an impression when somebody says they know him or been here. Yeah, they always know who he was. Yeah. Well, he's in the vineyard, but we have a lot of labor. He doesn't so much do the labor part of it anymore. He manages a little bit more of what we're doing.
Well, my oldest son and I have this one, and friends and I had the first one, and the oldest son and I have now gone down here to Seven Fields, built another outlet down there. So, yes, the families are in the business.
Volant merchants worry about how construction on the Route 208 bridge over Neshannock Creek will impact their businesses. PennDOT plans to close a stretch of 208 to replace the bridge deck during the summer of 2010. However, PennDOT is considering changing the construction dates to the fall when fewer tourists visit the town.
Despite these worries in Volant, the economy is helping local tourism. Area residents are saving money by visiting nearby attractions.
The County Line's Christina Rosetto talks with the Lawrence County Tourism Bureau Executive Director Joanne McBride about summer events.
Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of the County Close-Up. I'm here with Joanne McBride, who is the Executive Director of the Lawrence County Tourist Promotion Agency right here in Lawrence County, Pennsylvania. Thank you, Joanne, for being with us.
My pleasure, Christina. Thank you for asking me.
So we're talking about tourism, obviously. Summer's coming up. Families might be thinking about vacations, and sometimes they think a little bit more locally than Florida, some say. Can you tell us a little bit about Lawrence County's Tourist Promotion Agency?
Well, our job is to promote Lawrence County to the outside world, to people outside of the county, although we're doing a lot within the county as well. So we're been quite effective at it. It is the second largest industry in Lawrence County, so that means we're doing something right. And we certainly have a lot of events and a lot of activities that people can attend.
What kind of events and activities might be coming up for people to pursue and travel to Lawrence County for in the summertime?
Well, first of all, if anyone wants information on all these events, they're all listed on our website, which is visitlawrencecounty.com. That's important because that's where I'm pulling a lot of my ideas today. But still, right now at the Newcastle Playhouse, 101 Dalmatians is running through this weekend, and I know I took my 2 grandsons to see it last weekend. It's absolutely adorable with 15 children on the stage dressed as dogs. I mean, so it is great. So, I mean, the Playhouse in itself, they have the 101 Dalmatians. There'll be a magician show there at the end of May, and Fiddler on the Roof coming in July. And if you're talking Westminster College, you can't get any better than the Celebrity Series that Westminster has. They have Bye Bye Birdie coming in May, and also the Magic Tree House at the Celebrity Series. So these are a couple things. People may want to take part in an Arbor Day seedling giveaway that's happening this weekend at the Silk Road Market here in New Wilmington. And for the first so many people, I'm not sure how many, but they're giving away seedling trees to plant. I think that's a great thing too. I could go on and on.
Do you find that Lawrence County, since it's more of a local area, it's about 60 miles from Pittsburgh, do you find that a lot of people from the Youngstown, Pittsburgh, and maybe even Cleveland areas, you're pulling a lot of people from there that want to come and visit?
That's our market, primarily Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Youngstown area. I think we've become a very family-oriented destination, a very cost-effective destination. You're going to find a lot of our events are free, or if they're not free, they're at a very nominal cost. And it's just great for the whole family to be here.
Now, Lawrence County is a very historical area, a lot of industry in Newcastle during the peak of the steel mills. Is anything historically based with the Historical Society or anything in respect to Lawrence County whenever people come to visit?
Well, they do have displays at the Historical Society and quite a few cultural events, art displays and exhibits at the Hoyt Institute of Fine Art. We have such a wonderful array of history within the community. The fact that the first Warner Brothers Theater was here in Newcastle, the fireworks history, and at one time there were 7 fireworks companies located within the community, and we have 2 internationally known fireworks display companies right now. So that makes us the fireworks capital of America. And in the summer, there's about 13, 14 different events that are situated around fireworks. I mean, you have fireworks for everything.
Right.
But that's what makes it exciting. We do have people who call our office who will come and just follow where the fireworks are.
Right. Talking about the fireworks with Zambelli and everything, do you find that people are coming a lot during the summer? You said 14 different events involving fireworks. What are those events and centering around fireworks? I mean, how many people do you really get for those?
Well, just the fireworks festival alone is 30 to 35,000 people from across. They come from all over the United States for that. But it begins in June. On the 27th of June, Volant has their fireworks celebration, their Independence Day celebration. July 3rd to the 5th, Elwood City has a massive arts and crafts festival with fireworks, and that attracts around 30,000 people. The Independence Day celebration here in New Wilmington is July 3rd with the River City Brass Band. 4th of July is at Pearson Park. Slovene Fest has fireworks, and that's button box and polkas all weekend.
Right.
That's fun. The Fireworks Festival is July 11th. The Balloon Quest, Western PA Balloon Quest, is July 16th and 19th. Enon Valley Community Day, July 18th. Lake Arthur Regatta, August 1st and 2nd. And St. Vitus Parish Festival, August 5th to 8th.
There's just so many events to
There
choose
are.
from, really. I mean, you could come at any point in the summer, it seems like.
Yeah.
Now, with the economy a little bit on the downturn right now, are you seeing more people wanting to travel locally as opposed to maybe down south or somewhere else?
I am seeing that. I'm seeing that quite a bit. I'm seeing where the families are actually seeking the events that are locally, and I think that's what's going to help us in this economy more than ever, is to keep the local people here or within a 20 to 30, 40-mile distance.
Great. Well, Joanne, thank you so much for talking about tourism with us today. I'm sure it'll help a lot of people out for their summer travels. We've been talking with Joanne McBride, the director of the Lawrence County Tourism Bureau. Thank you, Joanne, again.
You're welcome, Christina.
Stay tuned. More County Line is on the way.
This week's On the Road is taking us off the road.
Mines and Meadows not only offers trail riding for ATVs, but takes you underground as well.
The County Line's David Nicholson shows us the sport is for all ages.
Hi, I'm David Nicholson, reporting for On the Road at Mines and Meadows in Wampum, Pennsylvania.
This is a family sport too, by the way, because you have mom, dad, the kids, they're all out here riding. Boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, and so on and so forth. They're out riding together and having fun. It's a beautiful place to ride. We have above ground and below ground riding. We take you 150 feet down inside a limestone mine, and we got about 33 miles or 40 miles of trails for ATVs and dirt bikes. If I get out in this parking lot, I'll run into orthopedic surgeons, I'll run into lawyers, I run into doctors, I run into businessmen of all types, and it runs the whole gamut. People are looking, rather than passive, they want something that they can actively be involved in. And ATV riding is one of those things. It's a beautiful place. If you want to come out and try it, come on out and see us. We'd love to have you.
I'm Dave Nicholson reporting at Mines and Meadows in Wampum, 4 on the road.
The start of football season may be 4 months away, but see how the Titans are preparing for next year's season already.
And local high school students participated in the first ever Model UN conference at Westminster College. Stay tuned, more County Line is on the way.
Remember, if there's ever an emergency, we meet here at the bottom of the driveway.
And I'll get the emergency disaster kit out of the kitchen.
Once we're all together, then we'll decide what to do.
But what about Fido?
What about Fido? The Lawrence County Humane Society reminds you to include your pets in your disaster planning. Make sure that your pets have identification tags that include your phone number. To find out more about how to protect your pets in a disaster, contact the Lawrence County Humane Society.
Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of Titantown Sports. I'm Melissa Maines. With football season just a few months away, the Westminster Titans are working hard and gearing up for next season. The County Line's Mike Hazlett caught a spring ball practice and even snuck in a few questions with Coach Jeff Hand.
Let's go. That's it.
The Westminster Titans are warming up for their next season on the field at Bury Stadium. Head coach Jeff Hand says that the team is showing improvement during their spring practice sessions.
I think that one of the key things that we're trying to focus on is, as a team, getting stronger and working harder together as a unit. And that's something that we're really trying to focus on is our team strength.
Come on, Zane! Come on, Zamo!
Sophomore offensive lineman Sean Zenko explains the highlights of spring ball.
Another good thing about spring ball is the team challenges. You get to go out and compete, and everything in spring is on a point system. So you're still a team, but yet you're individual, trying to be the one with the most points by the end of the off season, and trying to get that award.
Yeah, I think that the guys are really serious about it, and they understand for our need to get stronger as a team.
Freshman Andrew Cramp is finding his first off-season a bit challenging.
Well, since this is my first off-season, it's pretty difficult. We're running a lot, doing spall every now and then. Today was pretty tough, doing 100-yard suicides or whatever. But it's got a fun feel to it, though. We're going out there. We got 4 different squads. We're each competing as we're running. That's what we're shooting for.
After a disappointing loss earlier this week, the Titan baseball team is looking for a win as they played host to Geneva this afternoon in a doubleheader. The softball team was also back in action this afternoon as they traveled to Thomas More for a doubleheader. In Westminster, will host the Track and Field PAC Championship Saturday morning. Westminster is the defending women's track and field champion after winning the PAC title for the first time in team history last year. The men's team placed 6th. 4 individual Titans will be looking to defend their PAC titles. Seniors Megan Harding in the 100 and 200 meter dashes, Rebecca Shiner in the 800, and Caitlin Kushner in the 400 hurdles, while junior Abby Basta is in the 100 hurdles. And congratulations to this week's SAC Athlete of the Week, freshman Marissa Malcolm. Malcolm set the school record for the pole vault twice last week, including a first place distance of 3.3 meters in the PAC North Quad meet and 3.5 meters in the Westminster Invitational. She becomes the first Westminster pole vaulter to place in the NCAA provisional qualifying distance. And finally, moving on to the extra inning portion of the show. In hockey, the Pittsburgh Penguins are leading the series 3-1 and are in action right now as we speak against the Philadelphia Flyers. In baseball, the Pirates are on the road to San Diego to take on the Padres, while the Indians played the Kansas City Royals this afternoon, winning 2-5. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more County Line.
High school students learned what it was like to be a part of the United Nations this week. Westminster's Model UN Club hosted their first ever conference. Reporter Amy Gerber talks with students about the experience.
Roughly 250 high school students showed up at Westminster on Monday, dressed for success and ready to learn.
This is a Model UN conference. It's a one-day simulation for area high school students in which we simulate various committees of the United Nations. And the students represent countries. They were given assignments before they got here to research their countries and their topic areas.
We found our topics. Each committee, there's 5 committees, but there's 2 topics, topic A and topic B per committee. So, for example, GA1 and GA3, which are right behind me, have topics varying from organ trade on the black market to small arms trade. So it's really interesting, and I picked those topics for each of my chairs based upon how passionate they were and how knowledgeable they were on those issues. Each of them had to do a paper for me to show that they did know what they were talking about on those particular issues in general. But I wanted something that was going to have them be passionate, because if they are, then the kids are going to respond, and they're going to be really excited to get in there and get their hands dirty.
The students exemplified the excitement by really getting into the role of delegates.
We are a pro-Western government, and we support United States in whatever their decision is.
At the end of the day, resolutions were passed, and everyone seemed to have learned something.
The Model UN Club on campus was really excited to have the opportunity to host this event, and certainly grateful for all the people who have been very supportive, and the Westminster community as a whole has been very supportive of the program. So.
Reporting for the County Line, I'm Amy Gerber.
If you're looking for a sneak peek of next week's production of Pride and Prejudice, Theatre Westminster is performing a scene from the show tomorrow. That's at 4:15 in the Orr Auditorium lobby. The actual show kicks off next Thursday.
The state is looking for ways to improve the safety of teen drivers. The PA House of Representatives is considering an amendment to a bill for teen drivers' safety that would prevent drivers from using handheld cell phones.
That does it for tonight's edition of the County Line.
Be sure to tune in next week for our final show of the semester, including a special presentation about Lawrence County history.
In the meantime, log on to WCN247.com for coverage of your campus and your community. Good night.
Good night.